welcome to 2026. Hopefully your year is starting off great. I'm still in that fog of like, I can't believe it's 2026 already. I think 2025 flew by so fast. It always does. Time just cruises. Anyway, so here we are at the start of a new year. And if you gifted somebody in your life with a trip, I would love to hear how that went. And I would love to hear any details or wins or funny things or anything that happened with that. I actually was really quiet about this beforehand because I didn't want to say anything publicly, but I gifted my family with a little getaway as well. It's not anything super major. It's just like 5 nights at just a fun place in Southern California. And anyway, so I gifted them that trip and it was a fun surprise to give it to everybody and everything. But one word to the wise, this is something that I did not completely think through as I was doing it. So as you probably know, all my kids are grown, they are adults. And right after I booked it, so I booked the trip in October. And right after I booked it, there was a flight schedule change. And so, of course, what happens? But everybody who has their frequent flyer number updated in the system gets an email saying, oh, sorry, your flight schedule has changed. And so luckily, not everybody in my family paid attention to that email. I'm guessing about half of them or more just deleted it thinking it was spam or something because they were thinking, oh, I'm not on a flight. I don't know what you're talking about. But my daughter and son-in-law, my oldest daughter and son-in-law, they both got the email and the notification and everything. And so they were like, what is going on? So they actually knew about the trip like right from the beginning because it was just a week after I had booked it that there was a schedule change. And so I was so bugged. So word to the wise, because I really wanted it to be a surprise for everybody. And those two, they didn't say anything to anyone, but still, I wanted it to be a surprise for everybody. So next time, I am not adding frequent flyer numbers to the reservation as I book it. I'm going to wait until if I, do a surprise trip like this again, I'm waiting until after everybody knows about it and I've given them the surprise, and then I will go in and add the frequent flyer mile numbers so that it really truly will be a surprise for everybody. So that was my big learning curve over the holidays, but it was really fun to gift a trip. I haven't done that for, I don't know, several years. So it was fun to have that up my sleeve. My husband didn't even know about it. And so it was great. It was a great surprise to give everyone and very fun. So I would totally recommend doing that. And if you were along with me at the end of the year last year, I kind of sent some, tips out, and I even recorded a couple of episodes and everything about gifting your family with the gift of travel and things like that. So anyway, fun times, fun times. But here we are in 2026 with a fun topic today. We are going to talk about some fun places to go, some really great suggestions for where to go in 2026. And so this is going to be really fun. These are really some inspiring, awesome destinations. I looked at travel trends. I looked at just kind of where people want to go in 2026 for this. So this may be more of a bucket list kind of list than what you are actually thinking. None of these places all of these might be a little exotic for kind of your thoughts or what you are thinking for 2026, but that is totally okay. I love putting bucket list ideas on your radar and kind of having it be a future, oh yeah, someday we would like to go there. But maybe if you are looking for, just some really fun travel inspiration for the year, then this might really get your wheels turning. So we're going to kind of be all over the place. The first topic is just classic destinations that never fade. So these are places that people are still loving to go. They are loving to go for 2026, and they have loved in the past. And so, of course, one of the first is Italy. We cannot forget Italy. Specifically, the Puglia area is really popular right now for people who want to do something a little bit different. Of course, we know Italy for food, for art, for warmth, deliciousness. And the best time to go to Italy is May or June or September, October. And that is for crowds, that is for pricing, that is for weather. It's just the best time to go. Okay, but other times are fantastic as well. If you can't make those times work, then let's just get you there no matter when works for you. And I myself am going to be in Italy this year, 2026, but I'm going in August. So I'm not even going during the ideal travel months myself. Japan is another one. People love Japan, are loving, loving Japan. Japan is ancient meets modern, culture and innovation. And of course, the best times to go to Japan are when the cherry blossoms are in bloom, which this top picture that I'm showing, the cherry blossoms in Japan, or in the autumn to see the fall colors. So those are the ideal picture perfect times to go, but of course, any time of year is fantastic. The third classic destination is New Zealand. Oh my gosh, New Zealand is so amazing with adventure, so many great adventures that you can go on, and peace. And it's best for longer trips, obviously, because you're seeing a whole country usually, or want to get as many places in one country as you can. And then also, of course, because of the long flight time to get there and back, you want to, plan plenty of time to stay in New Zealand. The best time to travel is December through March. That is when it's their summer. So you will have great weather and really awesome conditions to travel in. Okay, number 4, I guess 4 and 5, you might call it. France and Spain are 2 more classic destinations for the culture, for the cuisine, for the sunshine. I love France and Spain, May through June or September through October. And then last but not least for classic destinations is Scandinavia. Oh my goodness, so many people are loving going to the Scandinavian countries. Long days, the fjords, the calmness, just the beautiful nature and the welcoming culture. Best time is June through August for the long summer days because they are a northern country. It's perfect for that. Of course, if you want to see the northern lights, then we would adjust that time frame because the northern lights are best in fall and winter. So, all right. So those are some classic destinations: Italy, Japan, New Zealand, France, Spain, and then the Scandinavian countries. Moving on. So for traveling worldwide in 2026, let's talk about Brazil. Now, oh, Brazil is so near and dear to my heart. I lived there for a year and a half as a missionary when I was younger, and I really, really, really love Brazil. I love the country. I love the people. I love the culture. I love everything about Brazil. It's awesome. And Brazil was named Travel and Leisure's Destination of the Year. Isn't that awesome? I love that. So if you are not familiar with Brazil, or if you are thinking that you might want to try someplace a little different than just the normal places, you may want to check out Brazil. Now, Brazil is a huge country, just like the US. And so there are so many places, there's no way that you could see, the whole country, just like if you were coming to visit the US. You would have to focus on a few different locations. Same thing with Brazil. I'll just give a few little highlights that are lesser known. Of course, everybody knows about Rio. Everybody knows about Sao Paulo. Everybody knows about the coast, the beaches along the equator in northern Brazil. And so let me tell you about a few other places that you may not be thinking of. One is the state of Minas Gerais. Now, this is actually where I lived. I lived not the whole year and a half, but some of my year and a half in Minas Gerais. Minas Gerais is this really cool state in Brazil. It's colonial, there's art, fun towns, fun atmosphere. It's just a really great, Minas Gerais is where I was able to pick up as souvenirs, some jewelry, some stones that weren't in jewelry, but then I brought home and set into jewelry. It's an awesome place to visit. Another place that you may want to think about is a place called Paraty, and it is along the rainforest coast between Rio and Sao Paulo. And that is a really fun Really fun place to go and visit the rainforest. Then another place called Fernando de Noronha, and this is an island paradise. There are so many great places to visit in Brazil that really you just have to tell me kind of what you're looking for, and then we could, kind of schedule your trip around that. The best time to visit Brazil, I would say, I mean, you really can go anytime. December through March, because they are opposite seasons of us. And so December through March is their summer, or September, October, because it's just really, really mild and sunny. So also, if you're going in like February timeframe, then you can get there for Carnival, which is super fun. So wild and crazy fun, a little bit like New Orleans Carnival, but fun. They just have lots of celebrating and everything in throughout, February, all around Carnival. So Brazil is an awesome place to go. If you have never thought of it, I'd say put it on your bucket list. All right. Other trending worldwide destinations for 2026. Tanzania. Now that place sounds exotic, even just the name, Tanzania. And the reason is for the safaris and the wildlife. This is, I would say, there are so many places you could go on a safari, but I would say Tanzania is the world's best safari destination overall. Fantastic. Best time to go, June through October or January, February. Then the second, or I guess this would be the third after Brazil and Tanzania, the third trending worldwide destination is Antarctica. Now, the best way to see Antarctica is on an expedition cruise. It's a smaller, it really is an expedition cruise ship that is made just for cruising in these exotic kinds of places like Antarctica. And the best time to go on an expedition cruise would be November through March. Same thing, their seasons are opposite of ours, and so November through March is just a nice long spring and summer season for them. So really awesome. You can see, if you are watching the video, you can see I'm showing the zebras to represent Tanzania, and I'm showing the penguins to represent Antarctica. So two amazing places that you may want to have on your bucket list. All right, let's talk about urban inspiration. So these are city places that are maybe not as well known or thought of when you are thinking of places to go. And they are really great for, just going to a city, like including a city as part of another larger trip. So this first one I'm mentioning is Tampere, Finland, and it was the 2026 European Capital of Smart Tourism. So this Finnish town is known for lakeside calm and modern creativity. Best time to go, May through August. Like I mentioned with Scandinavia, you want to go during the summer months. One itinerary idea would be to pair Helsinki in Finland with Tampere and then Stockholm, Sweden. And that would be a beautiful kind of a trip to get to see and do lots of things. Another idea for urban inspiration is Brussels, Belgium, or Hamburg, Germany. So these places are both great for food lovers, architecture buffs, design enthusiasts. They're just really beautiful cities. The best time to visit Belgium or Germany would be late April through June or September, October. So like spring-ish, spring into first part of summer or fall are fantastic times to go. So an itinerary idea to get both Brussels and Hamburg would be to go to Paris, start in Paris or end in Paris, and visit Brussels and Hamburg. And you could do all of that by rail. It would be such a fun combination trip. Then let's talk about one last urban inspiration, or I guess it's a combination of cities, Warsaw, Poland, and Madrid, Spain. These cities are both affordable, they're full of flavor, and they are really ideal for this fun, quick escape, like for just a few nights. The best time to go is similar to Brussels and Hamburg, late April through June or September, October. And one itinerary idea, you could do Warsaw and Krakow in Poland for history, or Madrid and Seville in Spain for art and sunshine. So some really fun cities to visit that we don't normally maybe have on our radar. All right, let's talk about some underrated, very lesser known spots that you may never have ever even thought of to go visit. The first one is a Caribbean island. It's called Dominica. Now, it's not the Dominican Republic. It's a different island. It's just called Dominica, and it is known as the Caribbean's nature island. It is perfect for travelers if you want a little more off the beaten path, if you want something that is not very touristy, people who prefer waterfalls to crowds. There's just these beautiful trails, there's hot springs, there's eco-luxury resorts. It's just a fun getaway, but it is not touristy. So if you're looking for a little more touristy spot, then this may not be the perfect fit. But the best time to go is December through May when we are cold and you can just get away and have some sunshine. Okay, there are 3 places total. So the second is Slovenia. Slovenia is known as Europe's Green Heart. Now, where is Slovenia, you might ask? It is between Italy, Austria, Hungary, and Croatia. So it's right in that little pocket. Slovenia combines alpine landscapes with Mediterranean beaches and comfort. So it's similar to, it's kind of like Austria's scenery of the alpine landscapes plus Croatia's warmth of the Mediterranean. So it's so cool. Slovenia is a beautiful country. Best time to go would be May through September for the best weather and access to, all the beaches and all the good things. All right. The third place that you may never have thought of visiting is the country of Georgia. Now, Georgia is known as the crossroads of Europe and Asia. So it is bordered by Turkey and Armenia and Russia. You could say it's where ancient wine culture meets stunning mountain beauty. So similar to Greece, similar to Turkey as far as like climates and countryside. The best time to visit would be May and June or September, October. Okay, let's talk about some close to home adventures. If you want to stay here in the US, and remember, I have talked about this before, but I just want to remind you, it is America's 250th birthday this year. America is turning 250 years old. So that is so awesome. So you may want to go somewhere in the US to celebrate America's birthday, and which is great. So let me tell you about 3 places that would be fun to visit. One is called Bold Coast, Maine. Now, Bold Coast is a rugged alternative to the busier Bar Harbor area in Maine. It is perfect for lighthouses, blueberries, lobster rolls, all of the traditional Maine types of fun things. And the best time to visit is July through September. Okay, second US spot would be Sedona, Arizona. I've talked about Sedona before. It's a great getaway place. Red Rock trails, creative energy, and kind of this beautiful deserty calm. Best time to visit, March through May or September through November. So for Sedona, you really kind of want to avoid the summer, the high summer months like July and August, if you possibly can, because it's just more hot. You just get the heat. Okay, and then the third close to home adventure is Charleston, South Carolina. Historic charm, southern hospitality, ocean breezes, like it's just so great. The best time to go, March through June or September through November. Even though I'm recommending the best times, it really doesn't matter. If you have a time that you can get away and go, I can help you find a place. Moving on, how to choose your 2026 adventure. So if you want something that is quick and easy, I would recommend Mexico. I would recommend maybe Costa Rica, or try out Dominica that I just recommended today. If you want a one-stop European classic, like you just want to go to one country in Europe, then maybe Italy, maybe Spain, maybe Portugal, or Scandinavia that we talked about today. Some bucket list types of places: New Zealand, Brazil, Tanzania for a safari, or Antarctica. And then closer to home, of course, Maine, Arizona, South Carolina. Some culture-rich city combos would be, like I talked about, Helsinki, Tampere, Stockholm, or Brussels to Hamburg, or Warsaw to Madrid. Those are some awesome types of places that I could recommend. All right, so this year, the goal is to travel smarter, not busier. We are Sweet Dreams Travel, and we want to help you travel smarter, not busier. We want to take the worry off of your plate and to really make it so that you can have an amazing trip. We help you plan trips that actually feel good. Travel that takes care of you, not just you trying to take care of everyone else. So I hope that you are excited about traveling in 2026, and hopefully this helped get some of your thinking going and just expand your horizons for where you might want to go. If you are watching or listening to this after 2026, like if it's later on, then let's talk about whenever you want to go and get something in the books. So fun to have something to look forward to. I love it. So thanks for jumping in and being part of this episode with me today. I've loved talking about just some fun, dreaming kind of places of where you may want to go. So contact me if I can help you out. Thanks. If you've enjoyed this podcast, I would invite you to like, share, or leave a review. Let's help grow our wellness travel community.